Hi guys, it's Debbie, and today I'd like to speak about The Last Jedi, the most recent film in the Star Wars franchise and which is set just after the events of The Force Awakens. This year, speaking about Star Wars becomes particularly tricky because of the amount of spoilers that could be revealed while reviewing this film, but although it will include references to the previous films, which I think you have to see in order to fully grasp what's going on in this chapter, I will not reveal anything too important about The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi picks up in a very chaotic moment. In The Force Awakens, we left Rey seeking help and answers from Luke Skywalker, the hero of past times, and which she now hopes will offer some insight into her feelings and fuel hope for the Resistance. We still have Finn recovering from his previous battles, Poe Dameron with his brave heart, Luke Skywalker himself, which is isolated on a secluded island, far away from his fame as a hero, Leia Organa, Supreme Leader Snoke, and then there is Kylo Ren, still with anger burning deep in his heart, eternally on his quest to restore order in the galaxy and proving he is worthy of the dark side. So there are many characters, many of them are set apart, many of them have lost hope as the enemy seems to keep on crushing everything on its path, and the Resistance must use all of its strength and hope to survive. And this is it, I will not be revealing anything more than this. Review wise, is an excellent film, and it is an excellent Star Wars film. It managed to bring back many features which were great from the original trilogy and which ensured its popularity. For example, it contains many instances of irony, a feature which was recurrent in many lines of dialogue back in the 70s and 80s films. It then gives particular attention to the concept of the Force, of the philosophy behind it, what it means, recalling the first film's explanation and introduction to this idea. The Last Jedi gives us a deep insight into Kylo Ren's character, which was introduced just in The Force Awakens. And although he is detestable, Kylo Ren is actually one of my favourite characters, and I find him one of the most interesting. In The Force Awakens, we were introduced to this bitter, resentful individual, which dreams of using the Force to destroy, crush, and rule over the galaxy. But we saw him struggling. We saw that his step was not as firm as his predecessors. He was not your typical villain. And The Last Jedi goes further with a very deep analysis of this interesting personality. And again, I found Adam Driver fantastic. I found his performance compelling, engaging, creepy, and threatening and interesting. I really feel as if he passed on the thousands of thoughts that are running through Kylo Ren's mind. Also, one of the features which immediately really stands out with Kylo Ren's character is his voice, both with a mask and without. It's one of his most distinctive characteristics. And Adam Driver really has it. He has that deep, dark, threatening voice. If you listen to any of the actors' interviews or speeches, you can really hear that sinister attraction that it conveys. I don't know if I'm making any sense. It's very captivating, hypnotic and deep. I also loved Rey. Her character development made huge steps in The Last Jedi. We get to see so much more to her compared to The Force Awakens, which focused more on introducing her to the story. In general, I loved how deep this film was, how it really got us thinking about many concepts and how dark it is compared to other chapters. For example, even Rogue One has its dark moments, but overall it was more of a heroic storyline, which focused more on the fighting battle aspects of the story. Aesthetically, The Last Jedi is fantastic. The battle scenes are breathtaking, and there are a couple of moments which could have been taken out of context and be considered standalone pieces of art, especially in one particular scene in which the whole cinema theatre literally wowed out loud. Remember the scene from A New Hope in which Luke steps out in front of the two suns setting, and you can take that scene and frame it forever as a piece of art, something out of this world. That's the feeling some scenes in The Last Jedi conveyed. So in general, I felt that everything reminded us of an old Star Wars film with all of the deep philosophy introduced, but with a brand new modern finish. If I had to point out a flaw in this film, it would be the running time. This film was very long. It was over 2 hours and a half, and there were many side story moments which could have been cut down, even making it maybe 2 hours and 15 like the two previous films. When speaking about Star Wars, I always feel that pressure of not having said enough, or that I may have missed some details or references which are vital to the plot. So I hope I managed to convey everything I wanted to say, and please let me know if you saw The Last Jedi and what you thought about it with a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to subscribe for more movie related content, and I'll see you soon. Bye.